I will be shifting my Sixers content to draft content, mostly because what else is there to talk about? The funniest part in all of this, it could all be for nothing because it's not a guarantee that they get the pick. I digress. Now, personally, I haven't been paying attention to the draft class all that much outside of the big three, Cooper Flagg, Dylan Harper, and Ace Bailey, of course. So I posed the question about a week ago. If Flagg, Harper, and Bailey are not an option, who do you want the Sixers drafting? I'm going to go over the replies and then give you my thoughts on each player based on my research so far. And then at the end, I'm going to give you my pick outside of those top three. Be sure to leave your pick below. So the most replied player was VJ Edgecombe from Baylor. He's listed at 6'5", 180 pounds. He's 19 years old. He's most known for his defensive impact, 2.1 steals per game. He's been effective on and off the ball. He would be a great defensive fit next to Jared McCain or Tyrese Maxey. Now, offensively, he's been great in transition because he's an athletic freak of nature, which is huge for me because I don't know if you guys noticed, but the Sixers this season are the worst transition team in NBA history. In half-court setting, he's projected as an off-ball player and will thrive as a cutter and offensive rebounder. He's been one of the best in the country so far as an offensive rebounder. He's had a hot and cold start as a spot-up shooter. Early in the year, he was struggling. Now he's really coming on. But in high school, he was deadly from deep. That will be necessary for him to reach his ceiling as a player. One of his most underrated skills is being a great connector offensively. The ball doesn't stick to him, and always he will make the one more pass, a trait that will make me fall in love with any player, no matter who you are. And on ball, as a self-creator, he was struggling early on, just like his jump shot. But lately, he's showing signs of potential and playing the best basketball of his college season. Check him out during March Madness because he's been balling. And honestly, I like him more than Ace Bailey. And most mock drafts have him as the 4th pick. Next most replied was Trey Johnson. He's a bucket getter. There's not much to say. He's fun to watch because he can score at any level. He is a 3-level scorer already. He's great at getting his shot within an offense. He doesn't need many dribbles. He can get his own shot. He has every type of shot in his bag. He seems to me like he's a part of the Cam Thomas, Tyler Hero type player. So as you'd expect, defense is a question mark. Early on, he's going to be a one-way prospect, most likely. He also has struggled at times getting pressure on the rim. With Maxey and McCain, I don't know if I want another scoring guard who can't play defense. I'm going to be real. I'm not really that high on Trey Johnson for the Sixers. I think he's going to be a great player, but for the Sixers, what we have, I don't know. But most mock drafts have him as the 5th pick. Now we got Derek Queen. He's in the mold of the modern day big man / forward at 6'10". He can create offense with his impressive handle, be a hub offensively. He has great footwork. He has incredible passing vision for his position. He can even handle the rock up the court after a rebound and create offense for himself or others. He can attack facing up, but also off the catch. He constantly is getting to the foul line. His offensive game is just so enticing at that size. Unfortunately, his three-point shot is a work in progress. He is shooting a good percentage from the free throw line and also solid from the mid-range, so there is hope he can stretch out every now and again in his prime. And as I was researching for this video, the YouTuber Floor and Ceiling compared him to Alperen Sengun, mainly for his low post game. He has the same type of footwork down low and can dominate the game from there. He even has the one-legged fadeaway shot in his bag. He's not a pure 5. He's probably going to be playing power forward at times, so he's kind of a tweener. He may struggle adapting to a role in the NBA because for Maryland, he is the guy in a heliocentric system. If the Sixers just use him as a play finisher, it's kind of a waste of a pick. He's much more than that. He's an elite rebounder as well on both ends of the court. And just like Sengun, he's not bouncy off the ground. He gets it done with his IQ and skill. So Therefore, he will most likely have the same limitations defensively. I've seen him projected in multiple spots, once at the 6th pick, one time at the 13th, then the 10th. So I'd say his true projection is 6 through 12. But overall, I can really see him potentially being a guy at 6'10" that you can give him the rock and he will be a system in his prime. Kind of like Joel Embiid. Now we must look at the opposite big man archetype, Kuman Maliloch. I definitely butchered that. I apologize. I honestly think this is the perfect big man for McCain and Maxey. 7'2" with an insane wingspan. I believe it's like 7'6" or something crazy. He's only 18 years old. He can move in space defensively. At his peak, he's going to be a monster defensively. If you watch him at Duke, opposing teams are afraid to shoot against him, so they'll just pass it out or just dribble around him. It's very Joel Embiid, Rudy Gobert-esque, dare I say. He's going to be a work in progress, don't get me wrong. So honestly, it might be a good option if the Sixers actually believe Embiid could get healthy again, because most likely he's going to have the foul trouble issue as most young big mans do. So I don't know if he's going to be playing starter minutes right away. You see that with Donovan Clingan in Portland as well. Now offensively, I mean, it's pretty obvious. He's going to be a play finisher. He has all the tools to be an elite lob threat because of his size. Now currently, he does lack strength around the rim. He can get pushed around at times, resulting in misses. He hasn't shown a ton as a passer, but that's because his role for Duke and most likely his role in the NBA is going to be like Rudy Gobert, catch and finish. Catch and finish. He does have better touch than you would expect and kind of flashes of handle every now and again, but you're drafting him so he can anchor your defense and be a lob threat. Kind of like a bigger, longer Derek Lively type, in my opinion. And based on what I've seen right now, he's a projected 5th through 8th pick. So out of these prospects for the Sixers that I went over, my number 1 is VJ. I'm in love with his game. He's probably number 3 on my big board for the Sixers behind Cooper Flagg and Dylan Harper. Number 2, I'm going with Derek Queen. I can't pass up his offensive potential, but it's very, very, very close. He got the slight edge, but I mean, he's basically tied with number 3, aka the big man from Duke, the rim protector, the dude who's going to make the Sixers defense elite for the next 10 years. Then last, but certainly not least, I got Trey Johnson. By the way, that's an NBA superstar name if I've ever heard one. Trey Johnson. Maybe I should rethink this list, but certainly let me know your thoughts below, and more draft content is on the way.